Welcome to the Introverts Survival Guide to Business Networking. So picture the scene. An introvert, you, walks into a networking event. The room is full of people in business attire with makeshift name tag sticky labels already peeling off their lapels. Your prehistoric brain declares this situation as threatening. So your nervous system reacts to the perceived danger as if a velociraptor might leap out from behind that office partition at any moment. Good old fight or flight makes your head donate blood to your arms and legs. Now you're unable to think clearly, so when somebody says to you, "So what do?" you mumble like your tongue's been anaesthetised while your coffee cup shakes in its saucer. I hate to say it, but the trite advice about taking a few deep breaths works. It's legal and it's free. When our breathing becomes shallow, deep, even breathing brings a relaxation response. Panic subsides, blood flows back to the brain, and now you're the good-looking and talented genius that you know yourself to be again. But I think you need more than just that. The one thing I always get asked about when I talk about business networking is how can shy people get better at it? So I put this section together to make it easy and to make it fun, even for introverts. This is Networking for Introverts, written by an introvert. So let's put this into some kind of context, shall we? What actually is networking, really? Networking is the art of building and maintaining connections with other business people for shared positive outcomes. Most networking books have been written for people of a particular temperament, the very personality style that's already predisposed to enjoy the prospect of speeding cheese in a room full of bustling strangers. To me, that was like talking to a whole different species. That wasn't me. See, at school, I found it hard to say hello to people I knew. My friends told me I had a look on my face that screamed, "Come near me and I'll kill you." Fast forward 20 years, and I'm forcing myself into a room full of suits that I've never met before, with that same look on my face, no doubt. So something had to change. Now, perhaps you've been to painful meet and mingle events at the local chamber or some other local networking organisation, dreading the walk into that room, not knowing what to say. Locked in a room full of soggy sandwiches with business cards coming at you like machine gun bullets as some knob-end tries to sell you their products. Or worse, being asked to stand up and pitch yourself to the assembled throng. You can't stand the awkward small talk, so you leave the uncomfortable networking event with only coffee breath to show for it, and feeling so drained, like someone ripped all of your batteries out. Does this sound familiar at all? So think of an introvert as a bad extrovert. Right? People who voice their dislike of networking prefer meetings and events with a clear structure and a clear agenda. They'd prefer personal growth seminars with a timetable, or online courses with an outline of modules. Right? Night classes with a timetable, or a lecture series or a guided tour. But networking events aren't that structured usually. Usually it's a free-for-all open networking segment, either at the start or at the end, or sometimes the whole thing. So how does an introvert cope when they're thrown into that quicksand? See, real networking is connecting. The more authentic you are, the more enduring and valuable networks you create. You can learn networking techniques that rely on being true to yourself, using strengths that you already have. You can learn to work with, rather than fight against, your lovable, introverted, overwhelmed and underconnected self. Previously labelled liabilities now become your finest strengths. And I'm going to show you how to do that in this module. So if you're like me, you've ever forced yourself into a networking event, you've run out of things to say after hello, and schmoozing with a room full of business types is your idea of hell, then this is the module for you. Have you ever been asked to stand up and give your pitch, but you turned red with embarrassment and bottled it? Or did you ever get to the door to the inner sanctum, only to turn away and beetle off home in a panic? Most people I speak to have been at numerous networking events where they didn't know what to say and they ended up being pitched by all the hunters who were sharking the room. Well, I'm here to help you go from painfully shy wallflower to working the room like a pro. Seriously. The fact is, sometimes you have to go out to appreciate staying in. So you might be thinking, isn't this a bit like giving somebody who has a nut allergy a bowl of cashews and telling them to tuck in? Are you seriously asking me, shy wallflower that I really am, to walk into a room full of strangers and try to sell myself? Yes, I am, but not in the way you think. So, staying in with the book feels a lot less special when you're doing it for the 10th night in a row. Trust me. So, let's go to the next module and we're actually going to give you why this is useful to you.